Hello, we will be presenting about PVT report project, and we'll be beginning with introduction first. So the next part is our introduction. Okay, so this is our members of our group, which is the first one is Amirul, the second one is Adib, and the third one is me, Sufyan, and the fourth one is Aiman, and the last one is Muaz. So we move to the next part, which is the contest that we will be presenting. So there are three of them, and the first one is PVT concept. We will be explaining about what is the concept of PVT. And the second one is PVT report analysis. We will be elaborating more about our report on PVT analysis. And the last one is conclusion, which is summing up what we have learned through our project and what we have gained through our experiments. And we will move to the next part. All right. So I will be presenting about PVT concept. First, we need to explain what is PVT. So PVT is basically the study of how reservoir fluids like oil and gas behave under different pressures and temperatures. It is also essential for predicting the fluid behavior itself, especially during production and also designing efficient surface and subsurface systems. And the second part is what are we observing actually? And we are observing experiments that measure critical parameters such as bubble point pressure, solution gas oil ratio, which is RS, formation volume factor, which is BO, and the last one is oil and gas viscosity under pressure. And then we will be moving for the next part, which is PVT cell. I will pass to Amirul. So first of all, what is PVT cell?
So first of all, what is PVT cell? So the PVT cell simulate reservoir pressure and temperature conditions, enabling observation of phase changes such as gas evolve from solution as pressure decrease. The lab visit connected theory with real-world application enhance our understanding of how PVT properties influence reservoir management and production efficiency. This is a little about PVT cell. And next for PVT report analysis, I will pass to my friend.
Okay guys, you can hear me. So I will explain to you guys about PVT analysis test for constant coefficients composition. So how it works? First, a reservoir fluid sample is loaded into the PVT cell. Second, the cell temperature is set to match the reservoir temperature. Pressure is increased to equal or slightly exceed the reservoir's original pressure. The fluid then is expanded step by step by increasing the cell volume. At each step, the pressure and total volume of the fluid are measured and recorded. This total volume includes both liquid and gas, especially below the bubble point. The pressure is gradually reduced and steps down to atmospheric pressure. Lastly, the data collected is used to plot a graph of total volume, that is VT, against pressure. Yes. Okay, next we go for the differential liberation. Okay, so how it works? First, a sample of the reservoir liquid is placed in laboratory PVT cell. The pressure is adjusted to the value to or greater than the initial reservoir pressure. The temperature is set to match the reservoir temperature. After that, the pressure is gradually reduced step by step by increasing the cell volume. The cell is agitated at each step to ensure equilibrium between phases. No gas or liquid is removed from the cell, maintaining a closed system. To maintain a closed system, the pressure and the total fluid volume (VT) are measured and recorded at each step. The total volume, that is VT, includes both liquid and gas phase, when the temperature below the bubble point. Lastly, the test continues until the pressure reaches atmospheric pressure.
The next one, which is the separator test. How it works is, first of all, a sample of the reservoir liquid is placed in a PVT cell at the reservoir temperature and bubble point pressure. Next one is, we separate the gas from the liquid at a lower separator pressure, and then the remaining liquid will be moved to the stock tank and the gas is expelled. The next step is we ensure that the pressure in the cell is maintained constant by reducing the volume as gas is removed. And the fourth step is we set the separator pressure, and then the stock tank is kept at atmospheric pressure. And finally, the temperature is adjusted to simulate typical field conditions. I will pass on to my friend.
Okay, we go for graph of oil. Okay, there are three graphs that we get from the Excel. First graph, you can see sample 1, the solution gas oil versus pressure graph. Second graph we get is solution GOR versus pressure. And third one is solution GOR also versus pressure. Next, we go for graph of solution GOR. Solution the same as before, we get three graphs. First graph is solution gas oil versus pressure. Second graph, solution GOR versus pressure. And third one, also the same, solution GOR versus pressure.
For the next part, so what we learn from the project. First of all, for bubble point pressure, we can observe the identification of bubble point using a PVT cell and CCE test. And we also learn the workflow and equipment used to detect gas breakout. Another, we can assist in comparing calculated saturation pressure via correlation and Excel with lab data. Second part is for oil compressibility. We also learn the measurement of compressibility above and below the bubble point using pressure volume data. We also gain understanding of how fluid behavior changes with pressure variations and contributed to analyze compressibility values from correlations and Excel plugins in comparison with lab results. So next, I will pass to Aiman Hakimi.
Okay, next, what we learn from the project is first for separator condition, we observe the operation of separator unit under very pressure and pressure. We gain on understanding of how this change impact GOR and oil recovery. Also assisted in interpreting separator data trend and identifying optimal condition through plot analysis. For BO and RS trends, we learn how BO and RS determine through differential liberation. We also gain on understanding of how pressure reduction affect gas release and fluid volume. Last, we assisted in creating and interpret BO and RS PS pressure plot using both calculated and lab data.
Okay, so that's all from us. Thank you.